Welcome back to Benji the Bobcat channel, guys. I've got a few games of 8-ball here I'm going to commentate over. I played these last night, and I'm pretty happy with how I played. I haven't played 8-ball in a little while. I made a few really good shots that you'll see. I believe this is one of the games, but I think they're pretty much run outs. I think there's a couple mistakes here, misses, but 14 ball in the corner, and I broke those two balls out. You could see the balls were a little bit bunched up on the right side, but I knocked the 13 and the 9 right away out. So I'm going to take the 9 ball and back this up for the 12 down in the bottom right corner. I'm going to take this 12 here into the bottom right corner and bring it up the table, I believe, for the 11 in the side. I'm going to put a little top spin, bring it forward to that right rail. Oh, I was trying to get on that 15 there for the side, but I got blocked by the 7. So I do have to take the 11 in the side. So I'm going to hit this super light with a little top left and roll forward for the 13 in the left side. Good shot coming up here pretty soon. This one I'll just put a little top left, take the cue ball forward off of that left rail, and then back for the 10 in the side. And I way overhit that ball. I'm at an angle. I just wanted to be kind of straight on it because the only place that 15 will go is in that left side. So right here, I'm going to put low left, go around the table, and somehow I got to the only spot that I needed to be to make that 15 ball. So I was really happy with that shot. This one, I believe I can just draw it back a little bit. I do have a little bit of an angle, I think. So the cue ball is going to move towards us here a little bit, but I'll just hit this low, bring it back a little bit, and take the longer shot on the 8-ball. Oh, yeah, this is one of my mistakes. I made a beautiful shot on that to get on that 15. Spent an hour lining this 8-ball up and totally whiff. Not exactly sure what I did. I thought I was right on, but obviously I was not. So I just set it up and did it again. I took half the time this time to line it up, probably less than half the time, and just put it right in. Yeah. So that's game 1. Some good shots there, and one super good shot. Game 2, I think I have 4, maybe 5 games here in this video. Let's see here. That was a pretty good break. They broke up pretty well. I'm playing the Ghost Man here. Same rules, except I'm not taking ball in hand on the break, except for this game. This was actually my first game, so I took ball in hand, and then after I played this one, I thought, I don't really need to take ball in hand on 8-ball. So the rest of the games, I just play the cue ball where it is. It's a pretty open table. Either solids or stripes are pretty decent, but I do end up taking solids here. So I'll hit this low right, come off of that left-hand rail, back out close to the middle for the 5 in the top right corner, I believe. Yeah. This one I can just stop it right just about where it is for the 4 on the side. I left myself a little bit of an angle on the 4, which I didn't need to do, but I believe I can just play this with a little bit of top spin, go into that. Oh no, I'm putting backspin. So I'll back it up just a little bit for the 2. Yeah, that angle almost messed me up there on the 4 ball on the side, because I almost went too far right there. This one I just need to put a little bit of top spin, and I'm going to go in between the 8 ball and the 6 to play the 6 in that same pocket. That's a good shot. This one I'll need to put top right, and then go down to the bottom rail, hit this pretty soft. Oh, I just hit that with topspin. And I believe I can just follow this forward a little bit and take the 8 in the side. Follow it forward with a little bit of topspin. I edited these clips down, like in between a lot of the shots where I was looking at my shot and at my next shot. And I'll do that when I commentate over videos. I was planning on commentating live while I was playing, but it just didn't work out. So this is just going to be me commentating over the video. Next game. I think that's a halfway decent break. They're not all bunched up. I've got the 9 in the top right corner, just hitting this with a little bit of right center English to put I think it's the 10 in the same pocket. Can't see. And I actually went a little bit too far. I'm blocked by that 14. So I had to change plans here and take the 13 into the side. Just going to hit this soft and come off the rail a little bit for that 12 in the top right corner. Here, I believe I can just stop the cue ball. Low English. Yep, I let it roll forward a couple inches. Here, I don't think I can stun this over for that 14. I may have to draw it back to the rail and then out for the 14. Let's see here what happens, or what I do. Oh no, I was able to stun it over for the 14. And it looks like I'm a little bit hampered by the 4. So I decide to go for the 15. Still thinking about the 14, but I go back to the 15. I chose the 15 because I was hampered by the 4. I couldn't put backspin very easily on it. So just hit this one really soft so I can put the 11 in the side and then just roll up there. Actually, I had a little bit of an angle here, so I'm going to need to go up to the top rail and back for the 14. So I believe I put, let's see here. Yeah, I put right hand English, reverse English. So it slows the cue ball down. They call it killing the cue ball. Yeah. I'll talk about killing the cue ball here in a future video. And the 14, and I'm actually at an angle where it's going to run right into the 8 ball. I just wanted to push it out a little bit, and I thought I had pushed it out too far. And you're going to see I am just at the edge of barely being able to make this 8 ball. It hit the far corner, but it still went in. Not too bad of a run. Next game. Another halfway decent break. Got one little issue with the 11 and looks like the 12 ball together up there. So I take the long shot on the 2 for the first shot, and I'll just kind of stun this out a little bit to the middle for the 7 in the side. I have the 7, or I could hit the 5 in the bottom left corner, but I think I choose the 7. Yeah, take the 7 with some topspin and just come off of the rail and back across. Yeah, for the I believe for the 3. Oh, this one I'll back it up, and I wanted to shoot the 1 next, but I backed it about a foot too far farther than I wanted to. I'm hampered by the 13, but I still do go for the 1. Make a good shot on this one. It's hard when you're jacked up going over a ball. Made that pretty well. Didn't get the greatest leave here, and I have almost the same shot on the 5 ball or the 4 ball, but I'll take the 5 here and run it down to that left corner. It's a pretty tight cut. And I'll just go back and forth on the table for the 4 next in the top left corner. And I got lucky and left myself a nice angle, so I can just go to the rail and go back across the table with top right for the 6 ball. And then I believe I make my next mistake on this 8 ball here. My mistakes seem to be either on the 8 or the 9 ball. I run the whole table and then mess up the last ball of the game. Not too bad. I've got a nice angle on the 6. I wanted to be farther away from the rail than that. I just hit that one too hard. And used a little bit of top left here to come off of that left rail and back out to the middle for the 8, but I just didn't hit it nearly hard enough. So I can't even hit the 8 ball here. So I just go down to the bottom of the table. Or no, I take 3 rails just to see if I could hit it, since the game was pretty much over. So when you miss in Ghost Man, game's over. Next game. Decent break. Looks like cue ball's right next to the 8. I'm going to take the 2 in the side here. Solids look the best to me. I'm hoping the 9 stops the cue ball for the 5 next. And it did. But it puts the 3 in a little bit of trouble. Now the only pocket I can make that 3 in is the bottom left corner. Actually, no, I can't, because I think the 9's blocking it. So I take the 5 and I'll roll up for the 4 off of the top rail. Get myself off of the rail so I have a little bit of an angle. Now I wanted to take this ball 2 rails off of that top rail and then the left rail with top left English and come back over and so I could be either make the 7 or the 1 next. But I went a little bit farther than I wanted to, actually probably about a foot farther than I wanted to. But it actually was good, because I got on the 1 and it gave me an angle to get on the 3 here for the top right corner. Yeah, I remember this. The top right corner was the best option for this 3 ball. And since I cut out all the parts where I'm walking around the table, you can't see what I'm lining up. But I figured that the best pocket for the 3 was that top right corner. I went a little bit farther than I wanted to with the cue ball here. So I've got a little bit of more of an angle than I wanted on the 3, but it's still okay. It's just kind of a long shot with an angle. Makes it a little bit tougher. I'm going to put top spin on this. And I probably should have used a little bit of top left, but I was worried about missing. So just hit it top spin. And I figured the cue ball I was still going to have a shot on the 7. It was just a little bit longer of a shot than I wanted, but it's fine. And this one, I just need to back it up a few inches. I think I backed it up probably a foot or so. And since it's at an angle, it's also going to travel. The cue ball is going to travel towards the center pocket. So I want to make sure I don't scratch. Made a good shot on it. Came off the rail. Be nice to come off the rail a little bit more, but it was fine. I had pretty much a straight in shot, I think, here. And I did not mess up on the 8-ball this time. All right, next game. I think there's 2 more games. 2 or 3 more games. This was probably my worst break. Oh boy, I don't remember this game. Remember the break. It was pretty bad. Got several bunches of 2 balls together. So I'm going for the 5. I'm going to put some backspin back for the 1 ball in the bottom left corner. I left a nice angle on it. What in the world do I do here? I believe I hit this low left, and I tried to get on the 2 for the top corner. Yeah, right where I put my stick is where I wanted it to land. I don't think it lands there. Let's see. Yeah, I came too far to the right. So I'll take the 6 into this bottom right corner, and I'm going to go back and forth across the table and try and get on the 2 again. So I want to land right there for the 2 again. So just about the same spot I put my stick the last time. I don't think I get on it this time. And with this one, you just need to hit the cue ball in the center. And somehow I must have hit it low because it came back towards me. And I got super lucky here because, oh no, I did have to, I have to swerve this a little bit to go around that 11. I'm just realizing it now. So make a good shot here, swerve it around the 11. And I wanted that to follow a little bit more, but I still have the 4 in the top left corner. You see what happens when you get out of position with your cue ball? You just keep getting harder and harder shots. Well, the whole time you're trying to get back into position, so you don't have to try and keep making these good shots. Because a lot of times, one of these shots is going to catch up to you and you're going to miss. But this game I did pretty well with making them. But I think this is my biggest problem in pool, my leaves. Putting the cue ball where I wanted. I make a good shot here. I just hit that with some right middle spin and took it to the bottom rail, and then back off for the 7. And here, I believe, yeah, I go 2 rails. What I just showed you with my stick there. 2 rails. I don't have a lot of room to get down at this end of the table because of that 9 and 8. So I was a little bit worried about getting snookered there. So I played it. I wanted to get right there and just take the little bit harder of a cut. But I think I ended up actually a little bit shorter than that. But just about made it. I could have went another 6 inches, but I really played it safe. Now I have almost just a pretty much straight on cut. Really steep angle. Made a good shot, but I knocked the 8 ball to the end rail, unfortunately. I make a really, oh no, I completely missed this one. I was just trying to make it in that top right corner and just misjudged my angle here by almost a foot. So I tried it a couple times here. I knew I could hit this ball. I just misjudged the angle a couple times. And then on the third try, I at least hit it. Getting frustrated at this point, I know. Because I know I should be able to hit this ball. Or get a lot closer than I had been. There we go. Oh, I cut it. I'm so sorry. I cut that off before I showed it. Oh my god. Well, that one hit the rail right before the 8 ball, and it knocked it over, and it hit the both corners of the pocket. It just didn't go in. I cannot believe I did that. All right, next game. And the 3 ball first. Decent break. My problem area is right in the middle of the table, a little bit left on the 4 ball there. So I will have to do something to get that out of there. I've got the 7 here. It looks like I'm putting left middle. Oh no, I kind of brought it back a little bit. Yeah, I was trying to get back on the 5 for that left corner, but I didn't bring it back far enough. But I still have the 6 in the side, and that was a perfect ball to break that 4 ball out on. So I took that opportunity to do that, and that was a good shot on the 4. The 5, I'll just put some right top. You can see that cue ball when it hit that rail, it went to the right after it hit it. I was trying to get on the 4 ball, it just didn't come far enough down the table, or as far as I wanted it to. Lining up my shot. So I'm actually, I go for the 2 here. Must have felt more comfortable with that. Yeah, I must go across back and forth across the table for the 4 on the side. This is another good shot. Low left. The 1 is completely trapped. And this was the only thing I could do. I knocked it out for a shot in the side pocket. I was super happy with that. And this one I can just kind of stun down a little bit for the 8 ball in the corner. Oh, there must be one more game after this because there is 3 minutes left here. And I think I make this. I hope so. Yep. All right, last game. I don't remember it at all. So I've had a couple really good shots here, and then the rest were just, pretty good, decent shots. Good run outs. I had to adjust a lot because my leaves were not great, but I was able to do it for the most part. That one, I had a bunch of 3 balls together at the bottom, so I chose to break that up first. Right here, the only shot I have is on the 7. I don't remember what I do unless I go across the table. Looks like that's what I'm doing. Putting a little top spin to go across the table in between the 6. Oh, I hit the 6. I was trying to get on the 3 or the 5 there and missed that 6, but I ended up hitting it. This was a nice shot. I ran the 6 down the rail. And now I have the 3-5 combo, which was not nearly straight in at all. But I make a good shot here. The 3 and the 5, it was pointed at the rail, so I had to really cut it good. I made a good shot to get down on the 2 ball there. Left myself an angle, which was not the greatest. It would have been better if I was below the 2 ball, so the cue ball would go straight up the table. So instead of just putting top spin, I put top left, and I gave it a pretty good hit. So the cue ball, that spin would then bring it around the table and up for the 3. If I would have just put topspin on that, I may have scratched in that bottom right pocket, or it may have just stayed down there, but that top left helped to propel the cue ball up the table. Now I just have to get on the 4, right about where my stick is there, to come off the rail. I think I did a pretty good job. I wanted to get on the 4 to make it in the side here, in the right side pocket. So I hit this middle right English, a little tiny bit low. Almost hit it good. Um, that was a hard shot to judge. This one I could not cut it in the side, so I decided to bank it in the bottom left corner with top left English. And unfortunately, I was unable to get on the 8 ball again. I make a nice attempt here on the 8 ball. It's a good bank shot. I just missed though. And that's going to be it then after this shot, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed some of the shots and the explanations. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.